We have Josh Cho, top 8 at his first Pro Tour in Barcelona, and won the very last Legacy Open, which was Legacy, or yeah, the very last Open.
Last week,
so, yeah,
right?
last week. So he won with Merfolk. He's at home with aggro control decks, and Zin Sui apparently has top 8 at 2 Grand Prix. I heard from Ruben Bressler. So
if that's true, then he's a very experienced player.
Yeah, and we have a Delver mirror match.
Do you think Delver is a high-skill mirror match?
There are definitely games where it plays out that way, but there are also like the blowout games where you just feel like you can't do anything.
So that's like way different from Callblade, which was like super high skill mirror, right?
I think it's pretty similar actually, because the Callblade had had Stoneforge Mystic and Jace the Mind Sculptor and everything, and those cards could just beat you on their own. But yeah, see, Josh makes what I think is the correct play, not misstepping the Gitaxian Probe. Like, gives Zin a bunch of information that, you know, his hand is basically dry, but I think he just wants to save it for a better target, like a Ponder or a Delver.
I love Mental Misstep in Delver. It's like my favorite thing.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good too. The problem is when you play these mirror matches, it doesn't always get the job done because they just have a Snapcaster for a follow-up.
Yeah.
So in theory, you know, you get to save your hero from snag, but if they just have a Snapcaster, it doesn't really do anything.
But on the other hand, it's a hard counter against a lot of their breakers, right?
Yeah,
like many games come down to a gut shot or a well-placed paper snag, and it always stops them.
Yeah, see,
there it is.
Yeah, it paid off for Josh here. Got to stop a Delver.
No second land. Nope. For sure he's countering this, right? Snapcaster. Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty brutal.
I agree with that.
Josh doesn't have a huge amount of follow-up here, does he? Does he have a Geist?
He does have a Geist, and depending on what's in Zin's hand, that might be enough.
His hand doesn't include another land.
Well, I understand, but if he had like an image or something.
Okay.
Looks like he doesn't have any images made, but I don't know. Like Josh didn't have a lot of like gut shots or vapor snags, so like in theory Zin could just play a Snapcaster and keep it on D.
Looks like he's taking 6 here.
Yeah. I think at this point it's probably too late to come back.
It's really hard to come back in a Delver Mirror in game 1, right?
Oh, for sure.
Unless you have because the comeback cards are on the sideboard, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know. Are there even any timely reinforcements here? Is that timely reinforcements?
Yeah. Zin has 2 timelies in his board.
You guys didn't play them?
No, we didn't. Josh had a follow-up hero, so that's definitely going to do it.
Mono beats.
Yeah. So if the first Geist wasn't good enough, the 4-mana Geist was also going to do it.
So what Jerry's saying is that being on the offense was good. That was where he wanted to be.
I think Josh made the correct play with the misstep too. That helped a lot because if Zin got to shuffle with this Ponder, like shuffle away all the spells.
Oh, I agree that for sure that he's going to stop that Ponder, especially when there's a missed land drop.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So what's coming in out of the sideboard? You guys bring in Sword?
I don't like Sword personally. It depends on the composition of their deck. If they have a bunch of Moreland Haunts and Angels and they want to play a slower game, then Sword's a little better. Obviously, Josh didn't get to see much of his opponent's deck, so he's kind of sideboarding in the dark. I think Josh is going to cut some amount of mana leaks.
Like all of them?
Well, it depends. If his opponent doesn't have Cavern, then the leaks are actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But I think in the dark, what I would do is cut 2 leaks and 2 heroes.
Phantasmal Image?
Yep, and bring in 2 Phantasmal Images and the 2 Tolerance.
Mutagenic Growth's no good?
It's not that good. It has the same problem that Misstep does, where if you're using it to save your guy from gut shot, if they have a Snapcaster, your guy just dies anyway. So.
But what about, like, we have a lot of situations where people are trying to defend against a Geist of St. Traft or something with like a 2-power guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's really tough in the post-board games for Geist to live because everyone does have a bunch of Geist and images. So I think at that point, if you stick a Geist, it's probably because like your opponent's out of gas, so they probably don't have much in the way of blockers. So.
Or they're playing like a Blade Splicer version where they're not really scared of Geist.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like Zin has a couple missteps that he wants to bring in, a couple Phantasmal Images, and I can't read the majority of his handwriting, unfortunately.
His Image, Gut Shot, I don't know what that card is. Dissipate, not going to come in.
That's a Mutagenic Growth.
I think he's probably going to side out his Mutagenic Growth that he has main deck and bring in Timely Reinforcements.
When he's on the play, do you like that?
I think you can sculpt to it, you know?
Yeah, you definitely can.
And the thing is, he has so much Phyrexian that he can get low if he needs to.
Yeah.
I love timely reinforcements in the Delver Mirror. Like, I feel like it's often, if one guy has it and the other guy doesn't, like, there's a lot of games there's just no comeback.
Yeah, I agree that it's like really good in certain spots, but it's not good all the time, so I
like,
kind of shy away from it.
Like, the games where it's going to contain a Geist, and then you let them think they're winning for a while, and then you flash it back with a Snapcaster Mage.
Sure.
Like, those are so hard to win.
Yeah. I agree that it gets you out of a lot of spots that no other card in your deck could get you out of, but it is just like kind of high variance, so.
Is he a Pike? I mean, he can even like make them into threats. That's the thing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Timely definitely gets a lot better when he has Rune Shatter's Pikes. Like, we're not really playing any equipment, we just have the 2 swords in the sideboard, so.
Josh looks so serious.
He's had his game face on lately. Yeah.
I said I thought he was pretty good. He said he said I wasn't looking very well.
Yeah. See, I don't know. It's tough to say. I think he might be trying to put on a good face to someone that he just met, like you.
Yeah.
You know. But we were talking about the top 50 players in the U.S. and he wanted to put himself like pretty highly on that list.
Yeah.
Like top 25, you know, which is respectable. But
top 25 players in the U.S.
Yeah, not the world. Just the U.S.
I don't know. I'd have to think about it for a second. Like, I mean, who do you have at the top of that list? Like John and Zvi?
Active.
John and Zvi?
I don't know how active Zvi is, so we had him off the list.
John has a very high regard for Zvi's game, so.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I know Zvi's very good. I just don't know how much he plays. I just assume that he's very busy with real life things. And
yeah, he comes out of the woodwork once in a while.
Yeah.
Makes a mythic engine.
So it looks like both players are taking a mulligan.
That's good for Josh, right? When both players take a mulligan in the mirror match, the guy going second has the advantage.
I agree with that.
Making like a shuffling Christmas tree.
Yeah. No, I think basically, like I said, Josh does want to put on a good face, but he is confident in his own ability, and I think it shows. It's hard not to be confident, you know, like top 8 your first Pro Tour.
Seems pretty good to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like, players who were, like, really hot early, I thought might have more stellar careers like Gadiel, and then, like, Gadiel just stopped.
Well, he stopped going to tournaments.
Yeah, so, I mean, but that's just, like, the Huey issue. I was talking to Huey earlier today, and the other elite players have such a high regard for Huey's game.
Yeah.
And, you know, Huey and Bob and Kibler are all the same, in a sense, very much all the same.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Huey and Bob are way better than Kibler in the first thing.
Yeah.
Then Kibler just wins this PTQ in 2008, and Kibler version 2.0 is the Hall of Fame player.
Yeah,
and he gets in on like the technicality of having an earlier career, right?
Yep. Yeah,
so, but if like Bob and Huey hadn't stopped playing like the same way Kibler did, like they would be considered, I think, very differently.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Their N is so much lower than a player like John who kept playing. All right. Zinsui. And he doesn't look happy with his hand.
I don't know. I don't think I've seen much emotion out of either of these guys.
It's hard to mask stuff if you're looking, because a lot of deltas are you can't really hide them if you're looking straight at them when it happens. Oh, so Josh's hand is atrocious, right?
It is a little loose, but having an image on the draw, like that means that you're going to be able to contain their Geist, even if you like brick off for a couple turns. If he
has a second land.
Yeah, I know, but I mean you have a few turns to get there, right? If his hand had any cantrip, I would definitely keep it, but having 2 Vapor Snags, you can't use those aggressively, and Vapor Snag on the D is just
very
like
bad.
A mulligan. So.
But I feel like Hero in that spot is also a mulligan. Like, his hand isn't even a 6-card hand. So what if he had drawn a Glacial Fortress as his first draw? You play the Glacial Fortress or the Sea Crum?
You play the Fortress. The information doesn't matter that much.
So Zin's got. Gonna play a Delver?
Yeah, it looks like he has a Delver, Pike, and a Geist, which is pretty good, especially considering Josh's slow start and he doesn't really have any answers or pressure. So.
Pressure.
Yeah, he's kind of in a tight spot. That probe's gonna be good.
I actually would be pretty tempted to just pay the mana for the probe. He's not going to hit anything, is he?
No,
is he going to?
I think if he just pays the mana, he falls too far behind. If Zin has anything, I think he needs to pay the life and hope to hit a land so that he can Snapcaster and Cantrip again. Just because his hand was like that bad that he needs to take a bunch of risks to catch back up.
I'm very likely to have mulliganed the hand that Josh kept.
Yeah. I mean, I kept a lot of one-landers today, and they basically like all paid off. You know, like they all have 2 cantrips or whatever.
A 2 cantrip hand is not what he has.
Right. No, I know, but I'm saying like
Gutshot's good. Okay.
Gutshot's good, but that's not a land.
He's gonna look like a hero here. Nope.
Nope.
Yeah! Oh. Boom! All right. Everything I said about Josh Cho being really good is true, and everything I said about him making these plays is wrong.
Our game is suddenly very interesting
wow.
after back-to-back top decks from Josh Cho.
All right.
Zin's got a Ponder to refuel though. That's definitely good.
If he had snuck a mental misstep in that stick somewhere as well, I'd been like, we're not worthy. So what was Josh's threat? He has a Snapcaster Mage we know about, and
2 snags, a hero, and a random card. Zin has 2 pikes and a Restoration Angel, so he needs a 4th land, which he pondered into along with another Geist. So he's still ahead by a large margin, I think.
Interesting.
And you can tell, like, his mannerisms are changing. He's playing faster.
Having a discussion. Oh, Josh is just writing it down, I guess.
Yeah, just
draw.
Probe him again, pay some more life.
And
Snapcaster,
probe again. Okay. Josh is gonna kill himself. I mean, you have to make some of these plays, though.
Oh yeah, I think you have to pay life to get a mana in a lot of these spots.
Agreed. Saint Trap.
So,
Casual image. Casual Geist.
Maybe. I don't know. Do you think you fire off Angel there or the Geist?
I think I would play the Geist.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose knowing Josh has 2 snags, yeah, that makes it a non-issue.
And
so gets the Geist's Geist.
And so it's actually pretty interesting,
yeah,
right? Like,
yeah, the game's kind of close. He does have 2 snags for the Restoration Angel.
Do you draw another Restoration Angel?
He has an Angel, a Ponder, and another Pike.
I would actually be, maybe not. You don't tap out here.
It's really tough to tap out for Angel knowing that he has 2 snags.
Yeah.
So not only is it going to happen this turn, but it's going to happen the turn after that.
I mean, there's not even a great any time to do it because, like, you know, oh, I'm going to mug him in combat. Like, no, you're not.
Yeah, I think Zin's been through 3 Geists at this point between Thought Scour and casting 2 of them. So he can't even really find a hexproof threat to go with his Pike.
I think his spot right here is to hope that Josh taps out for something on his own turn, which will let him stick his Angel. At least, you know, for one Pike swing.
That's unlikely to happen considering, like, they both have perfect information at this point. I don't think either of them really like their spot in this point.
I mean, I want to say Josh is winning. I don't know, but it could teeter the other way real quick, right?
Like, he does have double snag, it's like 2 time walks, but he doesn't have a whole lot of pressure, you know, so he still needs to be doing things in the meantime.
But, like, Zin's got an Angel that's never going to hit, and, you know, I think, you just play the Pikes here. I think I wouldn't play the Pike, and I would play for the Angel game, but...
Well, I don't think you can try and play around Vapor Snag. I think his lines are either Ponder, try to get multiple creatures in play, like a Snapcaster into a Delver or something, or just trade Angel with his snags over the course of the next 2 or 3 turns.
Yeah, because Zin's got plenty of time.
Yeah, he does.
Why is he doing it now?
In case of mana leak, which is fine. You know? If Josh did not know his hand, didn't know that he had Angel, then it'd be more defensible, I think, to just be like, well, if he has mana leak, you know, I'm probably dead anyway. But since he knows that he has the snags and Josh knows that he has the Angel, like, they both know what's going to happen. Josh is not going to leave himself vulnerable to getting hit with a Pike. So.
What do we got here? Presumably that's on humans? Or is it on spirit?
It should be on humans. I'm not entirely sure, though. Human?
Hit
okay.
For 2.
Yeah, it is on human, so his hero is castable.
Oh,
okay, well
that's pretty good.
That's what I was saying about Josh needing to do something in the meantime, like play a snag and play an additional threat.
I mean, that threat kills in 2 swings now.
Right, yeah. So the fact that Josh has another Vapor Snag, and this is what I was saying about the 4-drops, it doesn't matter if that's Restoration Angel or Hero, it gets Vapor Snagged all the same.
Yeah, only Talrand is the only one that...
Yeah, Talrand can potentially produce additional bodies to block down the Geist and everything, so... Angel is a little bit better than Hero, but not by much.
I really dislike a Ponder here. Oh, it's not even a Ponder?
Yeah,
really
I don't know, I guess Zin is just digging for an image at this point. But he wants to play the Ponder before the Probe, because he knows he's going to Ponder digging for an image, and he might as well get a card deeper.
Then why pay for it?
Well, because he's going to have 2 mana left over at the end of this exchange anyway.
But what if he gets it? What if he gets a Saint Draft? Oh, does he only have 3?
No, he does have 4, but it's very low odds, I guess.
Yeah,
you know?
and except for the times when he gets it, then like, I mean, he's just limiting his options, right?
To some extent, I'm not sure how concerned he is with the 2 life mattering over the course of the rest of this game. It seems like if he hits, then he's back in it, and if he doesn't, he just loses, regardless of his 2 life.
I thought for a second he was just going to do one of those plays where he's like pondering for a land, you know, and then play Restoration Angel. I hate that play every single time.
Yeah,
people make it every week, so
yeah. Now, once you have 4 mana, you don't really need to do anything else, you know. This might be one of those spots where that mana might have hurt him. Like if he pondered into another Ponder or a Thought Scour,
yeah,
then he would have needed to cast that Ponder, and then he wouldn't have had the 5th land to play the image.
I mean, I usually think people pay 2 life for their Gitaxian Probes a little bit too much. And
I do too. I think Cho used his correctly in this game.
Yeah.
And I think Zin did the opposite, where he needed to pay life because he was behind.
So I would agree with both of those statements. I think the first time Cho did it, I probably would have paid mana though. Every other time that he paid life, I would have paid life.
Yeah. So, doing a little math here, counting the Rune Shatter's Pike. Very dangerous card, but I don't think it's ever actually killed anyone.
They're redoing life totals.
Okay.
So, I'm trying to figure out what Zin's line here is. Is it just to block?
You have to kill a Geist.
Dude, that body's not going to kill a Geist.
No, it's not. He needs an answer. Like, with what he has, he probably won't win the game. He'll probably lose to the unanswered Geist. But just taking the hit and trying to like pike up your Delver isn't going to get anywhere because of the Vapor Snag.
Yeah, that's a...
So if Cho just attacks in, like, yeah, I do think you block because it probably gives you more time. You might have to do some quick math on that, I guess, like 6, 12, 18 versus 16. Yeah, I mean, blocking the Snapcaster cuts his clock by a turn, right? So it's almost certainly worth it. But Cho, if he blocks, then Cho gets to play Hero, and he doesn't have to worry about keeping a mana open to snag a Pike.
I mean, God forbid, what if Cho draws a land and he just Vapor Snags that, hits for 6 and plays the
yeah.
No, 8, not even 6, and then plays the Hero. I mean,
yeah. Well, then the game's over. Zin would have to draw
Day of Judgment.
Day of Judgment. I was thinking
timely actually. He buys him a little time.
It buys him a turn, but he's still drawing dead. He would have to draw the Phantasmal Image, Vapor Snag split card, where you can do both, entwine them or something. I don't know. It's bad. I like these Delver decks. Just playing Haymaker creatures, not relying on equipment.
I love Delver. I love the card Delver of Secrets. I'm not in the camp of people who don't like that card. It's easy to answer if you want to answer it.
I agree, but the problem is you can't load your deck up with answers to just Delver, because then you die to things like Geist of Saint Draft.
Yeah, but like, there's a lot of cards that can kill them both. You know, if you want to play a deck that just kills cards that are in the Delver deck, you can. People complain about, I played against some idiot playing mono black again. You know,
I beat mono black in this tournament. That was one of my few wins.
I'm just saying, you know, people can kill these creatures if they want to. I mean, even Huey was telling me he wants to game to mono black.
Yeah.
Killed all his creatures. You make Huey's deck? Same deck?
Huey was playing the same thing as us, yeah.
I like this Knight of Glory. I haven't seen that played yet.
That was Glenn Jones's idea.
It seems really good.
It makes your Delvers a lot worse in the post-board games, but in those matchups, it doesn't really matter because they're just killing your Delvers anyway.
Yeah.
Because like you said, like the black decks just kill all your creatures. So
if they don't have like a Geth's Verdict, it seems like they're dead.
Yeah.
Just like a 3-power, 2-mana guy.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I was losing a lot to zombies when they would play 3 1-drops by turn 2.
Yeah.
And Knight just stops all that instead of trying to purge their Diregraph Ghoul and Snapcaster it back. That doesn't work out. So the Knights were pretty good, I think. So it looks like Cho doesn't have a 5th land.
I mean, he's just gonna send here, right?
Well, he's definitely gonna send. I'm just not sure if he was gonna snag the Delver or not. But it's probably better to just trade and keep your Geist around, or make sure that it stays around, because if he does draw an image, you can just snag your Geist.
I'm not sure what Zen does. I'm not convinced he's gonna block. Then he takes, hopes to flip, and he has a guy that's big enough to fight. I mean, I don't love the. Don't get me wrong. I don't love the line.
Well, he went from 15 to 13. So this 8 would put him to 5. So then if he blocked the Geist next turn with his flip Delver,
he'd be dead anyway.
Die,
yeah, okay. I didn't realize. He probably has to block then.
Well, he has a gut shot that he can use on the Snapcaster, but
takes 2 either way, right?
Yeah, I think. I don't know, because if he does block, then like I said, Josh can just play the hero, and then I think Zin is drawing dead. I think he needs a gut shot and make it so Josh can't play the hero this turn.
No way Zin can kill Josh, is there?
I don't know. I see a stacked graveyard and Josh is only at 12.
He's playing a conservative game.
Yeah, he's playing around Mystic.
Oh,
slow rolling
no,
that
he
land.
wasn't. Never mind.
Josh was just trolling us all. So Zin is sitting on Pike, Restoration Angel, Delver, and a Thought Scour and a Gut Shot. So
I was right about Josh being good. That loose keep was apparently not that loose.
No, don't get me wrong. That keep was still loose, but sometimes it works out,
Yeah, but the problem is when it works out, it makes you make that keep again.
That's very true. And I think that is how Josh ends up in situations where he keeps hands like that.
Huh? Like even timely doesn't get you out of this.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so that's it. Very quick and dirty Delvermere.
So Josh played well, I think, after the loose keep especially.
Yeah.
Played very well game 1.
He did play to his outs with his loose keep, paying life with the probe,
and
everything like that. So aside from the mulligan, or lack thereof, I suppose.
Zin didn't seem like he got very much game in either game. I feel like he was just kind of... It was a completely mono-screwed in game 1.